In today's video for August 4th, 2018, going to be sticking with this series here between the Atlanta Braves and the New York Mets. Atlanta, the road squad, coming in as slight favorites on the money line at -118. I'm really interested to seeing how Kevin Gausman plays in his first start in Atlanta. I felt like it was a very prudent move for the Braves to make an acquisition. They wanted to bolster their starting rotation. I feel like they do that with a guy like Gausman, who is under control for a number of years yet, and also maybe a guy that can improve on his numbers as he goes into what should be a better pitching situation for him in Atlanta than what he had over in Baltimore in the very tough AL East, as well as having one of the worst defenses in baseball behind him in Baltimore, now coming over to Atlanta, which has one of the best defenses behind him. So I feel like his numbers can improve considerably, and Atlanta didn't have to give up much in the way of prospects. They gave up a number of prospects, but more of them mid to lower tier guys. They were able to keep all of their upper tier prospects in their system. So the Braves going to be sending out Gausman today, and he's going to be trying to continue the success that Atlanta has had in this series and more recently. So the Braves getting things back on track. They've gone on to win their last 5 games in a row. And during this recent string of success, it hasn't always been pretty for Atlanta, but they've been getting the job done at the end of the day, now standing 59-47 overall. A very tight race amongst themselves and the Phillies atop the NL East, while their opponent today, the Mets, sitting in last place at 44-63 within the division. Yesterday, I felt like we were getting a pretty good deal siding with DeGrom, and although DeGrom again had a pretty solid start for the Mets, he just didn't get much of anything in the way of offensive support behind him as the Braves went on to pick up that win at the end of the day by a final of 2-1. And in terms of their offensive and pitching numbers, the Braves, of course, rank considerably better than the Mets. They're 11th in the majors in total team earned run average, 10th in runs scored, compared to the Mets, who are sitting at 28th in runs scored, and then pitching-wise, they're 21st in total team ERA. So the Braves with Gausman out there, and the 27-year-old lefty hasn't been dominant by any means this year, sitting on a 4.43 ERA and a 1.38 WHIP. But again, I feel like his scenario in Atlanta is going to allow him to have much better success in reducing the ERA that he's posting in this 2018 campaign. And also, when you're pitching for a playoff caliber squad in comparison to Baltimore, is one of the worst teams in baseball, that can also give you a little bit more incentive to go out there and put together a great performance. So on the other side of things with the New York Mets, you're going to be getting Zach Wheeler, the 28-year-old righty, who on the year is sitting on a 4.11 ERA with a 1.29 WHIP. So respectable numbers there from Wheeler on a team that hasn't been posting the greatest numbers as a whole. But in his last outing, Wheeler, respectable on the road against the Pittsburgh Pirates, as he went 6 innings, giving up just 5 hits, 0 earned runs, 1 walk to 7 strikeouts. So I feel like this could be a pretty strong pitching matchup here today in what has been a lower scoring series. We saw the total hit 6 runs in Game 1, 3 runs in Game 2. We see the total at 8 runs in this one. And if I was going with the over-under, I'd probably go to the underside. And then in terms of the money line, going to be siding back on Atlanta's side as they try to pick up their 3rd straight win in this series. And with Gausman out there on the mound, I feel like he gives them a great shot at going and doing that. So going to be siding with the Atlanta Braves on the money line at -118. If you agree, give the video a thumbs up. Disagree, give it a thumbs down. Check out all of our picks for today's action over at stumpthespread.com, linked down in the video description. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we hope to see you guys back here for tomorrow's video.